Welcome to the HFT Stocks and Options Commentary. I'm Paulo Navarro. Today is Wednesday, March 13, 2013. For the for the volatility index, the dollar-weighted put-call ratio on the VIX on March and April neutral readings with 11 and 38% of the total premiums paid. All of the rest were bearish readings. The important ones, May with 18% of the total premiums paid and July with 24% of the total premiums paid. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. We were up 2 points today. Pretty flat here, but the important thing is that we were able to end higher. That was important to hear. And I'm still bullish. I'm still looking for a test of that all-time high. So I'm going to continue to have my bullish target here for this week. I said that I thought we were going to hit it this week. I continue to think we have still Thursday and Friday to hit it. I continue to be pretty bullish on this market. If we go to the Qs, here we have the daily chart. We were down 0.13% or 9 cents. You can see here this chart again in a pretty tight range for the Qs so far. Very tight here, as you can see here in this channel now. The Qs has not been able to move without Apple. We need Apple to start going higher if we want the Qs to continue to go its way higher. Now let's go to IWM. As you can see here, this was the market leader today for the indices. And you can see here we're making a new all-time high today and closing pretty close to the highs here. Important, I continue to have a 95 target on IWM, and that's what I'm keeping here so far. The other important one was Dow Jones Transportation Index. Here you see 1.63% higher, new all-time high. This and the Russell has been leading the market rally, and this continues to outperform the other market indices. So that's important. Now let's go to the metals. GLD down 0.34%, which is pretty important here. Yesterday we talked about continuing to being bearish and maybe failing here at this 55 level to make a new lower high. That looks like what's happening here. We're about to fill this gap here. I continue to have my 149 target, 148 on GLD, and I'm bearish so far. For SLV, here we have SLV, and pretty good here. We were down 1%. Yesterday ending almost at the lows of the day. Pretty bearish reversal yesterday. We talked about that, and I'm looking here for a continuation to this target or this previous low around 27.35, and then break down to the downside, looking for 26 and 25 possibly. Now let's go to Apple. Very bad action here today in Apple. As you can see here, we closed here. We were up today 1.64% for the day, 1.5. And we look this reversal to the downside. First we were down, then we were up, and then we finished basically flat. I don't like this action here, trying to go lower. But again, that's what we had here. We talked about important level to break this to the upside. Well, we are right at that level today. Tomorrow is going to be even more critical that we break out that lower trend line we have, descending trend line. If we go for Google, here we have Google. We're down 0.28%, pretty much nothing. Looks interesting here. Maybe try to a few longs for this bottom of the channel. I wouldn't be so much interested here. Looks like a bull flag so far. I think we're able to go higher, but I wouldn't chase it. Maybe it's consolidating. It has had a huge run. Amazon. Here we have Amazon's chart, and we were up 0.35. The important here, the reversal. We almost finishing flat for the day. I'm pretty neutral on Amazon. I would pass. Netflix. Here we have the Netflix. We were up almost 6% for the day. You could see here. I would get bullish above and entry above this 97.17, 97.62. I would enter and trade it higher from here. I think we're going higher, but I wouldn't chase here. I would buy it higher when we get a breakout.